Thank you. A crash in Bradley County killed 2 people and temporarily shut down part of the interstate.
The crash involved a logging truck and a semi carrying U.S. mail. Channel 3's Tim Pham talked to the daughter of one of the crash victims.
THP's preliminary accident report says a semi carrying mail rear-ended a logging truck. Investigators say the driver did not hit the brakes before the crash. Half a dozen first responders surrounded a deadly wreck on I-75 Tuesday night. Troopers say the logging truck was traveling northbound when a semi in front of it blew a tire. Moments later, another semi hit the back end of the logging truck.
As he was exiting the road to the shoulder, the mail truck, a U.S. mail truck, hit him in the back end, killing the driver and a passenger in the mail truck.
Troopers spent hours investigating the crash. They say logs were hanging off the semi, but it's not clear if they were properly marked to show drivers behind the logging truck the depth of perception.
He probably didn't recognize that the first tractor trailer was slowing down the log truck, and he ran into the back of the tractor trailer.
Investigators identified the victims as 66-year-old Harry Johnson and his passenger, 60-year-old James Crosby. Both men worked for Mail Contractors of America, a company that transports U.S. mail across the country. Crosby's daughter, Amy Bird, says her father drove for the company for several years. Each time he left for one of his routes, she prayed for his safety.
He's a truck driver, and I know what can happen with those semis. I know they can jackknife. So I was constantly worried about him all the time.
We reached out to Mail Contractors of America for comment. They could only tell us at this time that their thoughts and prayers are with the family. Bird says her father was an experienced driver, and she's looking for answers about what happened.
He's so meticulous with his books because he's been doing this all his life, and he knows the importance of keeping logs. He knows the importance of, driving safely. He knows the importance of not driving while you're tired.
Sergeant Alan Bailey says this area on 75 is a stretch of highway known for wrecks. He says they're constantly adding more troopers to keep an eye on the roads.
Anytime you have exits where people are getting off and on, then you have the chance of that crash.
It's welcome news to some, but that won't bring Amy's dad back home.
I can't help but think if my dad had already switched off, or if my dad was driving, that this wouldn't have happened.
Truck drivers that travel more than 100 miles away from their home are required by law to keep a record of driving and sleeping hours. Investigators plan to look at the logs prior to the crash to determine if things like fatigue played a role. Reporting in the studio, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.